Hey guys, look who's here and who's scared of the ring light. Hi, how are you doing guys? I came here with my first... Yeah, he was afraid of the ring light. I'm gonna say hi again because Bomzie somehow messed everything up because he was afraid of the ring light. Every time I come to the room to record a video, he's not here because his cage is in the living room. However, he never lives in his cage and stuff. Blah, 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 I'm talking too much. By the way, hi! How are you guys doing? I hope you're having an amazing day, and I finally managed to start recording my Bippity Boppities series videos. I mean, hopefully this is gonna be the first of the many videos because, as I said in my very first YouTube video, which was the Let's Get to Know Each Other video, I'm gonna put it here. I told you that I have a lot of birds, but only 2 of them are my pet birds and the rest of them are the birds that we rescued. And this video is about my 2 pet birds, Bomzie and Poco. My great Alexandrine parrot that you just saw him, and he's this cuddly cute thing, and a very stubborn little girl that she doesn't care what you want or anything at all, called Poco, and not Poco, we call her Poco from time to time, but her name is Poco. And she's, I mean, if you have a cockatiel, you already know how stubborn they are. If they don't want anything, no matter what you do, you can never make them do what you want. So this became such a very long intro to my video because Bomzie made everything too exciting. So if you guys are ready before it gets more awkward for me, let's get into the video. I'm gonna go for my little boy and the stubborn little girl to kiss them and eat them up, but before that, let's make sure that I'm gonna wipe my lipstick away because it's not healthy to kiss your birds with lipstick on. You ready? Let's go eat them. Bomzie? This is my boy, Bomzie, my cute boy. He's a little scared of the ring light. That's why I'm holding him like this so he won't fly away. But isn't he too cute? Don't you want to eat him up or something? Say hi. Ah. So yeah, this is my... This is my what? What are you? My cat? Mwah. My dog? My boy. He's my boy. Look how cute he is. Yeah. Yeah. Again, Bomzie. Uh-oh, he saw the ring light. He saw the ring light. Somebody saw the ring light. I think he's gonna fly away. Let's see. No? Hi! Hi! Bomzie, 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 Bomzie. Say hi to them. No. So yeah, here's my cutie pie that I want to eat him up every day and morning. But I can't because he's too cute to be real, right? So this is this stubborn little girl that I said she hates me or something. She doesn't like me. I don't want to bother her or anything, but yeah. Let's get started by talking about Bomzie and his story with me. He's my 10-year-old cuddly, cute little boy that I just cannot imagine a day without him. And you just heard the rest of my birds if I haven't reduced the background noise because my budgies are right here and they make a lot of noises if you're a budgie owner. He came to our house 10 years ago when he was only 3 months old because, you know, since I was a kid, I always had birds, different types. I have had ducklings, I've had those tiny little chicks, I've had different kinds of parrots, pigeons, And a lot of other pets, of course, like hamsters, a lot of different pets. But once we moved to this town that we are living in right now, I didn't have any pets. And it was kind of like weird, you know, when you get used to living with other beings, it's just not comfortable to live without them from some point on out. So we decided to have a pet, and my brother went and bought Bomzie and brought him to our house. And by the way, let me tell you something. I am extremely with the idea of rescuing and adopting pets. Bomzie was one of those birds that we made sure that he was born in a cage, like he was not caught from nature or anything, because I'm very against that, and no matter what, I never ever agree to the idea of buying birds that were caught in nature. I made that clear. So that was that first day that my brother went to work and he came back with Bomzie. He was like this cute, chubby little green ball of feathers that I just couldn't let go of. And he was very kind since the very beginning, and he still is. Like, I remember that I was taking a nap after school, and he came on top of me and started napping with me. And now it's been 10 years that he's been living with us, and by the end of the winter, he's gonna be my 11-year-old cute little boy. And every year we celebrate his birthday by buying him the toys that he likes, or like the treats that he likes, and I can't wait to do that again for him. It's one of those exciting times of the year for us. You know, birds, especially from my experience, parrots are that types of birds that, like, you have to make them do something that is good for them, because they always want to do the bad thing. They always want to eat the wrong food and stuff. So Bomzie was not separate from them. He's a parrot. He's very intelligent, and he just wanted to do his own thing. So it took like years of trial and error and training to get him where he is right now, that he's this very kind little boy that eats the food that is good for him, that plays with the right things. He never goes for the bad things. However, he hasn't gotten he's still going for the plants that we have in the house, but I'm training him for that too. Except for that, he knows what's good for him, what's not good for him. And after all these 10 years, I somehow try to be a good bird mom for him, you know, to make sure that he will never be harmed by doing or eating something that is not good for him. And one of the funny things that happened was when I introduced him to pellets. There are some pellets here that they are like colorful and they are fruity, and I've heard that parrots love them. But Bomzie is that type of parrot that he never wants to get out of his comfort zone. And seeing those colorful pellets was not really in his comfort zone. So what I had to do for months was eating them one by one in front of him to somehow show him, yeah, look, it's good, it's delicious, and you are allowed to eat this too. And after a while, he got curious and he started trying them, but he didn't really go for them. So I was like, okay, let's give it another shot. I started doing some research on the internet, and I figured out that some people make the pellets wet and feed their birds, and they throw away the leftovers, because when they are wet they won't stay good for a long time. So I started doing that and eating those wet pellets right before his eyes, which was really disgusting, and I can still taste every single one of those pellets with different fruity flavors that they had in my mouth. So it took me, I think, a year or something to make him get used to eating pellets, and now he's a big fan of those pellets. Like, it's one of those treats that he's always excited to have, and he loves the grape one, by the way. I don't know whether I have an image from them. If I have, I will put it here too. We went on and on and on and on until Reza came to my life and we got married. And now Bomzie is very, 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 very scared of the strangers. Like if someone comes to our house that he doesn't know, like a repairman or something, he just flies around and like he really wants to go to the room to be as far away from that person as possible. When Reza came, well, it was the same case. He was so scared of Reza, like you guys have no idea. He was flying around all the time and running away from him until Reza started doing some efforts, like I know taking him to the room in his cage, talking to him, I know giving him treats and spending a lot of time with him day after day. And slowly and gradually, Bomzie started opening up to communicating with Reza. And now they are basically living together. Like he's always attached to Reza and Reza is always playing with him no matter what they are doing. Like whenever we are eating lunch or dinner, he jumps most of the time on Reza's shoulder, and we always have something that is good for our birds on the table, and he feeds them with those. Whenever he's working on his laptop, he goes and plays peekaboo behind the laptop, or I know just sits on his shoulder on his knee and starts preening himself and asks him to pet him and stuff. Like it's that dreamy relationship that you ever want to have with a pet, and Reza could achieve that in a way that I never thought it would be achievable for a bird like Bomzie that really, really, really doesn't like strangers. Now we are a family of 3, me, Reza, and Bomzie, and we are so close to each other that whenever we think about immigration and moving to another country and want to plan on that, we are always including Bomzie. And not just taking him with us, but also finding the most comfortable and the most suitable way for him so that he won't have a hard journey with us, so that we can go start over, start a new life together, and have our little boy with us on this beautiful journey. Now let's move on to Poco's story, which is a story that I was very against it at the beginning because my family wanted to bring a friend for Bomzie, and my brother did some research on the internet, but when I asked the vet that we always take our birds to, she said that like if he loves you, if he is very close to you and he spends a lot of time with you, he doesn't need a friend or even a mate. But they didn't listen. They were like, no, we did some research and they say that like cockatiels can be good friends for Bomzie, and they went and brought Poco, which I'm still against the idea. If you're thinking about doing that, don't. Poco came, and for some reason at the beginning he was so into men. Like he loved my brother and my dad, but she was like somehow so with my mom, and she didn't really like me at all, which was weird. And she still doesn't like me that much. Well, I'm gonna expand the story a little bit for you. Poco came and started spending a lot of time with my dad and my brother, and not with Bomzie, not even a bit. And she's still not spending any time with Bomzie. Like Bomzie really wants to go and communicate with her or preen her head, but she's always like being grumpy and stubborn, and she flies away and leaves Bomzie thinking like, what have I done to deserve this? Poco's relationship with my dad and my brother was established, but she didn't really, like, she didn't show any interest in me, but she also let my mom pet her from time to time, like preen her head and stuff. After a while, I was like, what can I do with her to make friends? Because I love birds, and now she was this new housemate, and I really wanted to like spend time with her, play with her, make her happy and stuff. So I started treating her with the food that she likes. I started bringing her to the room, and you know, there's this weird thing about her that when she doesn't see my dad, my brother, or my mom, she stays with you. Like she stays on your shoulder and plays around. However, sometimes she gets too grumpy and flies away to other parts of the room too. But anyways, I started doing all these, and after a while we started slowly like rebuilding our relationship. However, she's not interested still, but sometimes she's okay with me playing with her. And the cool thing is that she does the same to Reza too. Like, even though she really can make a very good relationship with men, she doesn't really try to be friends with Reza. However, after a while, she started mistaking him with Salman. Like, there would be times that Reza would be in the house and Salman wouldn't be. Salman is the name of my brother, by the way. And she would be like, oh, that's probably Salman. She would fly and sit on his shoulder, and that's how they started rebuilding somehow a relationship with each other, maybe. But she's still like, as long as my brother and my dad are there, she doesn't really give a damn about us. I've had so many cockatiels before, so many. And if you have a cockatiel, you do know that that's how they are. Like, they don't care what you want. Not at all. They're like, I'm the king of this place and you have to obey me. So I'm just trying to obey the queen because she's a girl and not bother her so much. But at the same time, I'm trying so hard to establish a relationship with Her Majesty. At the end of this video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about pet birds because, you know, a lot of people consider them easy pets to take care of, but that is not the truth. Let me somehow like divide it into two parts. One part is that, as I told you, I have a lot of birds here, and except for Bomzie, Poco, and one of my budgies, the rest of them are special need birds. Like, they have disabilities, they are sick, some of them are blind in one eye, and so on and so forth. And they need the special care. But when it comes to healthy pet birds, if you have a parrot or any other sort of birds, however, I'm specifically talking about parrots, they need a lot of attention, maybe way more than cats and dogs or any other pets that you have. Or they will start like being nervous and stressed, and if that happens to them for a very long time, they start plucking their feathers, and it's somehow very hard to get them out of that zone. They need a lot of attention. They need the right food. If you have ever heard the myth of birds, especially parrots, only needing seeds, that is a very wrong thing that you should not listen to. Parrots need a combination of pellets, fresh fruit and vegetables, and a little bit of seeds, because if you just feed them with seeds, they're gonna have a lot of liver issues, and it's very hard to get rid of that. And also, they need as much as any other popular pets need. So make sure that if you have a bird or a parrot, I'm saying or a parrot because parrots are more intelligent and parrots need a lot more caring compared to other pet birds. So if you have one, if you are planning on bringing one, consider everything, talk to professionals, talk to the vets, and make sure that you can provide them with every single thing that they need, because they are very sensitive beings, and sometimes the damages that happens to their body or in their mentality or in their emotions are not reversible. So make sure you consider that, okay? And also, if you want to have a pet bird and you want to have like a parrot or something that you can't find in any shelters and you are planning on buying them, please, I'm basically begging everyone to make sure that that bird that they are about to buy was not caught in nature. That is just the worst thing you can ever do to a being. There are two types of birds that you can buy. One of them are the ones that are being caught in nature and they are being taken away from their homes, and you should not really not at all support this whole thing. And the other one is the birds that, like, generations after generations were born in cages, and they are like basically pets. If you leave them in the wild, they can't go live there. They can't find food and they will eventually die because they don't know the predators. They don't know where to find food or clean water or whatever that a bird needs. So if you are planning on buying a bird and not adopting one, however, always prioritize adopting one. Go for these groups because they were born as pets and they had never seen the jungle, the habitat of their species or anything. So you can have a very good friend, a very amazing feathered friend, and a new family member that you can spend the rest of your life with. I'm saying the rest of your life because a lot of parrots live for a very long time taken care of properly. This was the very first video of my Bippity Boppities series. I'm gonna have a playlist on my channel called Bippity Boppities where slowly and gradually I'm gonna record videos of my different birds and share them with you guys so that you can know about their stories, how I met them, how I rescued them, and how they are living with us right now. So stay tuned for that because this was just the first video about Poco and Bomzie, and I have a lot of different housemates here, different feathered housemates here. I can't wait to share those stories with you. And also don't forget to let me know in the comment section your stories with birds or any other pets that you have, or whether you've ever had interactions and saved an animal. I just can't wait to hear your stories about helping animals, rescuing them, sheltering them, adopting them, or maybe buying them if it was properly done. That's about it for now. But before I say bye-bye, I'm gonna remind you to like, comment, and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and more important than all of these, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you can come here, watch it, and share your thoughts and ideas about that video with me. See you in the next video, guys. Bye!